Meeting of July 23rd, 2025 to order, please. First item on the agenda is the reading of the minutes. Are there any corrections? I have a motion, please.
I move that we adopt the minutes of July 2nd.
I second.
Any questions on the motion? All of those in favor? Commissioner Drexler? Okay. Commissioner Gray?
Aye.
Commissioner Correa?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion carries. 3 votes. Are there any members of the public who wish to make comment at this time? There being none, we'll go on to the consent agenda, please. Are there any items that you have questions on or that you would want removed? There being none, may I please have a motion?
I move that we adopt the consent agenda as submitted.
I second the motion.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Commissioner Drexler?
She on mute, Madam Acting Chair.
Are you on mute, Commissioner Drexler? All right, we have 3 votes, carries. We will move on to the regular agenda. First thing is in the matter of the petition of the Public Service Commission staff to amend PSC Regulation 3007 regarding electric distribution planning. PSC docket 18-0935. We have Mr. Ferguson for staff.
Yes, thank you. Stephen Ferguson on behalf of staff. Staff petitions the commission to make updates to Regulation 3007 related to Delmarva's infrastructure, safety, and reliability or ISR plan process. The process for amending this regulation began last year, but was then paused when Delmarva filed its alternative form of rate regulation application, which was then withdrawn in April. The commission may recall that during the June 18th meeting, staff requested and the commission approved the waiver of certain requirements for the 2025 ISR plan year to allow for time for the regulation to be amended to improve the ISR plan process. Staff now brings this petition to start that process. The amendments aim to make the ISR plan process a more collaborative and productive process for staff, DPA, the commission, Delmarva, and its customers. Notable changes proposed by staff to this regulation are requiring a cost-benefit analysis for projects over $1 million, requiring Delmarva to more seriously consider and incorporate feedback received from staff, DPA, and their experts regarding the preliminary ISR plan that is submitted by Delmarva, and putting in place a spending cap for non-mandatory projects beginning in 2027. Should the commission approve the publication of the proposed amendments to the regulation, the process will proceed in the ordinary course under the Administrative Procedures Act with a public comment period and a public hearing on the proposed changes. For those reasons, staff respectfully requests that the commission adopt order number 10772. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions? May I have a motion then?
So I move that we adopt proposed order number 10772.
Madam Acting Chair, is there any comment from the public advocate on this matter or no? Okay.
No, we just that we support the motion.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. So I vote yes.
Yes, second.
Second. I second the motion. Sorry.
Any questions on the motion? Commissioner Drexler, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, sorry about that. I vote aye.
Okay.
Commissioner Gray votes aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. On to number 2 on the regular agenda. In the matter of the application of Chesapeake Utilities Corporation for a new rate schedule, TBFF, called Town of Bridgeville Franchise Fee Rider, and other updates to the company's franchise fee rider tariff pages. We have Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you, Madam Acting Chair and Commissioners. Bill O'Brien on behalf of Chesapeake Utilities Corporation. In April, Chesapeake renewed its franchise agreement with the town of Bridgeville, and this time the franchise includes a 1 cent per CCF franchise fee to be recovered from customers within the town and then paid to the town. In May, Chesapeake filed this application seeking to establish the Bridgeville franchise fee rider as part of its tariff. As part of that application, the company also asked for approval to update the expiration dates in its tariff for its franchise fee agreements with the city of Milford, the town of Georgetown, the town of Millsboro, and the town of Dagsboro, all of which the company has recently renewed their franchise agreements. In June, the commission issued the opening order in this proceeding, directing the company to publish notice of its application and setting a hearing date of today before the commission. The company published such notice and filed proof of such publication on July 23rd in this docket. The commission received no comments or objections to the application. What you have before you is proposed order number 10779, which would be the final order in this docket, approving the 1 cent per CCF Town of Bridgeville franchise fee rider, effective August 1st, 2025. The order also approves the new expiration dates for the 4 other franchise agreements. You also have staff's memo dated July 16th, 2025, recommending approval of the application with certain conditions on such approval. Those conditions are included in the proposed order. For these reasons, we respectfully request that the commission enter the proposed final order number 10779. Thank you, and thanks to staff for its work on this. And I should have also mentioned that I've got Jeffrey Weiss here today with me. He is part of the Chesapeake regulatory team.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes, thank you. Staff recommends that the commission approve Chesapeake's application. This franchise fee rider is consistent with similar surcharges previously approved by this commission. Notice of the application was published by the company in accordance with the statute, and no comments or notices of interventions were filed. Also, if approved, Chesapeake will identify the surcharge as a separate line item on bills to customers within the town of Bridgeville. So for those reasons, staff does recommend that the commission adopt order number 10779. Thank you.
DPA,
No comment from DPA.
are there any questions, comments?
One quick question, Mr. Ferguson. So that's for the Bridgeville, but also you agree with the new expiration dates for Milford, Georgetown, Millsboro, and Dagboro?
Yes, staff also recommends the commission approve the updates to the franchise fee rider tariff sheets for Milford, Georgetown, Millsboro, Dagsboro. Update the
Very good. Thank you. No further questions, Madam Chair.
There being no further questions, I call for the motion.
I move that we adopt order number 10779 as submitted.
I second the motion.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Commissioner Drexler,
Aye.
Commissioner Gray,
Aye.
Commissioner Korea,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, there's nothing under hearing schedule, so we'll go to administrative matters, which I believe is Sam for the legislative session update.
Just getting my PowerPoint ready. Good afternoon, commissioners. To say we had a busy year at the legislature is an understatement. This session, we tracked a record 15 pieces of energy-related legislation, with ultimately 11 passing and being signed into law by the governor. I've prepared a brief presentation that summarizes these bills, and I'd like to take a few minutes to walk you through it. The first piece of legislation, and perhaps the most notable for the PSC, is Senate Bill 59. Next slide. sponsored by Senator Hansen, and this adds Delaware to the list of other states who use the prudence standard for cost recovery in rate cases. As you know, the commission previously looked at rate cases using the business judgment rule. This bill was signed on July 16th and takes effect on January 1st, 2026. Senate Bill 60, next slide, thank you. Disallows utility cost recovery for expenses related to lobbying, organizational membership dues, political contributions, charitable giving, advertising, and public relations expenses not directly related to a purpose authorized under statute. The commission has routinely denied such expenses in the past as part of rate cases, but this codifies that practice. Next slide. Senate Bill 61 is a part of a multi-state effort to increase transparency in PJM decision-making. The bill requires that DPL and DPA report on each recorded vote cast at PJM stakeholder meetings. Next slide. Senate Bill 175 related to net metering allows the excess annual credits, energy credits generated by a net metering solar customer to carry over year to year on that customer's electric utility account. House Bill 50, sponsored by Representative Heffernan, creates the Delaware Energy Fund. Delawareans making up to 350% of the federal poverty level will be able to apply to the fund for direct bill payment relief. The fund is managed by the SEU, and recipients must participate in energy efficiency programs administered by the SEU. House Bill 62, sponsored by Representative Ross Levin, relates to utility shutoffs. You may remember that earlier this year, staff was working to change utility disconnect regulations as it relates to extreme temperatures. Once this bill was introduced, staff pushed pause on these efforts as this bill accomplishes those changes, as well as adds additional safeguards for customers around utility disconnections. Now that that bill has passed and has been signed, we'll update our regulation to bring it into conformance with the law. House Bill 116, sponsored by Representative Heffernan, provides the PSC with the flexibility to consider and approve a discounted gas or electric rate for qualified low-income customers. The rate would be a 20% discount from standard residential distribution costs. Senate Bill 159, sponsored by Senator Hansen, applies only to the U.S. Wind conditional use permit application for an electric substation in Sussex County and overturns Sussex County Council's denial of the permit and deems the permit issued. This bill takes effect on January 31st, 2026. House Joint Resolution 3, sponsored by Representative Burns, relates to grid enhancing technology. The resolution requires that the State Energy Office and the SEU complete a study and analysis of grid enhancing technologies across all electric utilities in Delaware, including the projected benefits and/or costs to ratepayers, technical feasibility, and barriers to adoption. Senate Joint Resolution 3, sponsored by Senator Hansen, requires the SEU to undertake a study to assess and analyze the costs and benefits of energy storage systems, both in front of and behind the meter, and develop pilot programs. Lastly, Senate Concurrent Resolution 18, sponsored by Senator Richardson, creates a nuclear energy feasibility task force with a report due to the General Assembly by 12/31/2025. Those were all the bills this year. We expect to see, we've already heard, I think, of 3 to 5 more for next year. So we will be legislatively busy for the foreseeable future. I can try to answer or address any questions, but I want to remind you that we didn't author these bills. So for technical ones, I may have to go and find out for you.
Thank you very much. It was a very busy legislative season. Thanks for tracking all of those elements, moving parts. With respect to the PJM transparency, do you know whether the burden is just on Delmarva Power, or is the burden on votes that may be taken by Pepco or be taken by Exelon, which are affiliated or parent companies to DPL?
Looking to Matt, but I believe it only applies to Delmarva.
So the legislature only had it apply to Delmarva since they're the utility, that we regulate, but there are similar laws passed in other states that would apply to their sister companies, I believe.
Yes. So it's a multi-state effort. And I think on that slide, if you could go back to slide number 4, Timon, I might have included what other states. I think it's 4. Yes, does it, is there, yeah, I thought I included it in the slide. Just click on 4. You don't have to click present. So I believe that they're already doing that in those states.
Sam?
Yes.
This is Kim Drexler. Regarding Senate Bill 60, House Amendment 2, that removes the cost cap provision of 125 million for each of the next 3 years from Delmarva. Have the costs run up against that 125 million cap as far as you know? Is that something that's imminent that there would be in excess of that? Have any storms cost that much, or do you know? And
Don't, okay, sorry, go ahead.
is that for capital expenditures or all excess costs? Not sure if you would know.
I'm going to defer to Matt for the second part of that. But
Okay.
for the first part, I don't believe so. They haven't gotten close to 125. But there were concerns out of some of the northern districts near Nemours Children's Hospital and the constant issues of power outages there coming from Representative Krista Griffith and Representative Deb Heffernan. And so ultimately, that's why that language was removed. We were told that there was a possibility of putting a cost cap in regulation, but they didn't want to do it in statute because there were concerns about it affecting storm restoration.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Matt, do you want to answer the second part?
Yeah, Commissioner Drexler, I can address the second part. I don't have the information in front of me, but Delmarva is close to that spending amount currently for their capital projects. And our recommendation was based on our engineering consultant, Greg Booth, who reviews the infrastructure safety and reliability plan. And even though that language was removed from the bill, in the first regular agenda item that you approved today, staff is trying to address that issue through regulation. And specifically, instead of an overall spending cap, we're trying to limit it just to the non-mandatory category, which is just one of the 4 categories that the company uses to classify projects.
Right, thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Sam.
Director's comment.
Thank you, Madam Acting Chair. I did want to note late yesterday, PJM announced the results of their capacity auction for the 26-27 delivery year. You may recall last year's auction set a record high price for this year, and results yesterday set a new record high price of $329.17 per megawatt day. And of course, these prices roll down to customers through supply charges. So we'll see that beginning next year. These prices typically take effect June 1st of each year.
Matt, do you have a range estimate of what % increase that would be from the last auction?
I believe it's 22%. And other than that, our next meeting is August 13th.
Are there any other comments? Well, meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much.